Week 1 of the NFL season over. Finished, done. I know a lot of you people like to treat the hobby like stocks, and there's ups and downs and buys and sells and holds. Well, this segment's for you. I'm also going to talk to the people who have a long-term vision for their collection. I'm calling it Trending Tuesday, and we're looking back at the week that was in the NFL. I'm going to start with 4 quarterbacks that I consider to be the elite of the elite, and if you own cards of these players, I'm recommending you hold them at least for a couple more weeks because these guys all have the potential to be an MVP and a Super Bowl contender. The first guy, Josh Allen. He was tremendous. Second guy, Patrick Mahomes. Again, fantastic. Third guy, Lamar Jackson, out of this world. And number 4, Justin Herbert. The way those guys throw the ball, the way that their teams are projecting, I think those guys have a potential to be MVP candidates and Super Bowl contenders. Hold until you're able to sell them when they get to the Super Bowl or they continue to put up massive numbers. Just outside of that elite 4, in my opinion, are 2 guys that had rough weeks in week 1. Their teams both lost, but they should have won. First guy, Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's ceiling is so high and could be in that elite 4 category. The problem with him was he treated his first half like a preseason, and he was not good. His second half was fantastic, and the Bengals almost won the game. If you're starting to see a dip in his prices, I'm buying. If I own his cards, I'm holding. The other guy is Russell Wilson. I know he's a polarizing figure, but I still think he has an opportunity to do some really good things in Denver. They had a struggle fest on Monday night, not because of him mostly, because of his coach. And so I think the Denver Broncos still have potential. The AFC West is a gauntlet. I understand that. But Russell Wilson has potential to be that guy. So right now, I'm not necessarily buying like Joe Burrow, but if there is a dip, I think Russell Wilson is a solid buy. Another guy that's just outside that top 6 is a guy I know pretty well, Kirk Cousins. I live here in Minnesota. I know what misery feels like here in Minnesota. This year feels a little bit different. I know we've said that before here in Minnesota, but Kirk Cousins is playing under I guess we can call him an offensive guru in Kevin O'Connell as the new head coach. Week 1 felt different. Week 1 looked different. Week 1, they whooped up on the Green Bay Packers. Kirk Cousins is going to have a good season statistically, and I think the Vikings might win the division. So he has potential to put up really good numbers and have a lot of success. So buying Kirk Cousins right now, low, kind of sneaky, if you can, I think there's going to be some value in return. The one thing is I don't think he will lose value this year. All right. Guys, I'm not actively selling or buying, but still holding or buying low. Now, when I say I'm buying low, I'm trying to find numbered cards, rookie cards, autograph cards, RPAs. These are guys, but their prices are still high. So I'm kind of just waiting and seeing. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Davis Mills. I think those 3 quarterbacks from the 2021 class, they're the 3 right now, I think, with the highest ceiling. I'm going to get to a couple of the other guys a little bit later, but those 3 guys, I'm just kind of holding and watching. If I can get some of their cards on a sneaky good deal or cards that I think are, neat, cool looking, unique, I think those are the cards that I would get with those guys because I think they're going to have potentially breakout seasons sooner rather than later. All right, then there's 4 guys that I'm staying away altogether. I'm observing from afar. I don't know about Tua yet. I know they beat New England, and I know there's a lot of hype there, but I just don't know if I'm ready to invest in the Tua Express. Jalen Hurts is another guy. I think Philadelphia is going to win the division, but I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy that gets them there. That's just such a weak division. So I'm watching him from afar. Kyler Murray. I don't know what to think about Kyler Murray. The hype train was so loud for him the last couple of years, but now that I've seen him play over the couple of years, I don't know exactly what we have here. He's flashy, but I don't know if the results are there. And the last guy I'm kind of observing, he's almost inching up to that tier of like, I want to buy your car, but I don't know what I have here, is Trey Lance. And again, ceiling super high. The problem is we just have not seen enough sample size from the NFL or even college. I mean, he played for the Bison of North Dakota State, so we don't really know exactly what potential's there. We all love the opportunity that he has in San Francisco, and we know that he's super talented. I just want to see it a little bit more before I'm ready to say buy, hold, sell, or whatever. All right, moving on to the guys I am selling. Number one guy, Aaron Rodgers. I know he had a just an absolute disaster in week 1 last year, and they went on to have a great season, and he was the MVP, and he made everybody look stupid. This year, much like the Vikings, it just feels different. He doesn't have wide receivers to throw to. He looks annoyed constantly. And if that offense is going to go, they're going to go through their running backs. So that offense is going to be very tempered, and they're going to try and win with defense and running. I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers' cards are going to see any increase in value right now. Now, with that said, he's a Hall of Famer. And if you want to hold for another 5-6 years, there might be some value going down the road. But right now, I'm a seller on Aaron Rodgers. Same with Derek Carr. Same with Matthew Stafford. They're getting up there in age. They made a lot of mistakes. They looked flawed. And so I had higher hopes for the Raiders this year, but I just don't know if Derek Carr is ever going to get over that hump. So I'm a seller of his too. Dak Prescott, as we know, thumb injury, out 4 to 6. Even if he was healthy, I don't know if I'm a Dak Prescott collector. So I'm selling his too. And the fifth guy I'm selling, and I just don't know the fascination with him as far as how high his value has gotten over some of the other guys, is Mac Jones. And he lost in Miami. I know he's on New England, and I know New England wins Super Bowls, and Bill Belichick is the GOAT when it comes to coaches, but I just don't see Mac Jones being that guy. I just don't know what all the hype train's all about. So I'm selling those guys, and Mac Jones is one of those guys I'm definitely not buying right now. Few other guys, I just want to go through these guys. These are guys I'm crossing off my list forever, and I'm sorry if you're a fan of these guys. We've seen enough, and I don't see their cards going up any more than they already are right now. So if you own these cards and you're looking to sell, I just think now is the time to sell. If you're a fan of these guys, keep them in your collection and just look at them. But they are Ryan Tannehill, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Geno Smith, Joe Flacco, Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, and Mitch Trubisky. I just have no interest in any of those cards in my collection, especially from if you're looking for short-term flips, if you're looking for long-term gains. I just don't see any of those guys doing any of that. Speaking of the last two guys, though, I did say Mariota and Trubisky. I am kind of bullish. I'm on the fringe of bullish, let's say, on two guys, Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett. I think their time will come this year, both of them. So I'm kind of sneaky, quietly looking at some of their numbered cards, seeing if I can get some good value before they hop in. I think both of those guys have potential to be, I don't want to say, like Hall of Fame, but they're going to be flashy. I think Kenny Pickett is going to be a crowd favorite eventually in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has a solid fan base. So I think Kenny Pickett and Desmond Ridder are going to be guys that probably are the rookies that get in to the game soonest and could see a value spike, but I don't know if that's long-term. So quietly looking for those cards. And another guy I was looking at last year, and I'm looking at again, is Jordan Love. I think we know what we have in Jordan Love. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he's going to be taking over another franchise that's much beloved by its fans, the Green Bay Packers. And I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last year. I've talked about Aaron Rodgers' body language. He just does not look like he's having fun out there. And if he has to do this the whole season, this is Jordan Love's teams next year. Nobody's really thinking about Jordan Love right now, so he's a potential buy low. Again, I'm talking about buying numbered cards, rare cards, random cards, cards that are a little bit different, that when these guys get their opportunity, you can sell. All right, now as you probably have noticed, all I've talked about is quarterbacks, and that's because quarterbacks make the hobby go round. Everybody wants to collect the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks have the most value. But there are three guys who I think have potential to be every week superstars, meaning they're always in highlights, they're always on social media. And these are guys that I would say right now are holds, but you could easily sell these guys right now at probably their peak. This is going to be the highest they're going to go for the season. Maybe they might go up a little bit more, but these are the guys that I think outside of the quarterback position that are going to pop. Justin Jefferson, the dude is just flashy. He is phenomenal. He's in that new Vikings offense. So he is going to be a guy that I think a lot of collectors are going to be clamoring for. Another guy is Jonathan Taylor. The dude just churns out 100-yard games and touchdowns every week. I think if he can stay healthy over this long, 6 to 8 to 10 year career, he's going to put up some really significant numbers. So, but he's a running back and the potential for injury is just so great. So I think those guys are easy sells right now. I think you can find a lot of buyers. And the third guy is Devontae Adams. I think I told you about selling Derek Carr, but Devontae Adams is just a different animal altogether. He was so good in Green Bay, and then he comes to Las Vegas, and he's so good with the Raiders. So this guy's what I would say is an elite wide receiver, and he plays in offenses that are going to get him the ball. So I think those are three guys outside of the quarterback position that I think I'm selling right now at their peak right now. I don't think they're going to go down unless there's an injury, but those are the three outside of the quarterback position that I would look to sell at their peak. So those are my trending Tuesday picks. I'd love to hear in the comments of our YouTube channel what you think is trending after week one. Like I said, I'm going to try and do this each week and see how things are moving. And, if you have any comments, what you're seeing, just let us know. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this segment.